G'day everyone, welcome to this yoga flow which is all centered around strengthening the arms. I will do my very best to cue this class as little as possible. I occasionally do those classes where I label them as minimal cueing, but it's in my nature to cue and explain things. So if we haven't practiced together before, my name is Sam. You won't need any props for today's practice, just yourself. When you're ready, we'll get right into it. So we're going to start this practice sitting back on the heels, just reaching your two arms out in front of you. We're going to feel the shoulder blades draw apart as the arms reach forwards and then spread the fingers nice and wide. Take an inhale there. At the exhale, squeeze the fists really tight. Inhale to open the hands really wide, so feel the fingers spread away from each other. Exhale, we squeeze them tight. So breath stays the same, we just speed up the movement in the hands. The longer we're here, the less the hands will want to both open and close, but make sure you're doing both of those things. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach the arms overhead, feel the shoulders elevate, and we'll do the same thing again. Breathing slow, moving the hands fast. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the arms back behind you now. Feel the back side of the shoulders start to wake up. The shoulder blades draw apart and move down the back. And then once again, you open and close the hands. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, come onto hands and knees. Just ignore that throbbing sensation you can feel in the forearms. It won't be the first time we feel that today. Start off with the movements of cow and cat. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. Once more. Now turn the hands so the fingers face back towards your thighs. As we inhale for cow pose, lean forwards a little bit. As we exhale for cat pose, lean back a little bit. Maybe let the palms rise off the mat. 2 more times inhaling. Last one. And then bring your knees nice and close towards your hands. Place the back of your hands on the mat with the fingers facing towards each other. Back of the palm flat on the mat, or back of the hand rather. And work to clench the fists to the best of your ability, and then spread the fingers wide. Just do that a few times here. Just warming up all the muscles of the forearms. Nice work. Now set the hands down, we're going to take it to plank pose. So nice and long in your plank. Shoulders over wrists, heels press back. Core body engage using exhales to draw the low belly and take an in-breath. Exhale will take us back to downward facing dog. Bend the knees, let the heels rise on this first one. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to roll forwards to plank. Once we get there, let the elbows bend until the chest touches the floor, and then press straight up and back to downward facing dog. You're going to do that 9 more times. So let the inhale roll you forwards. The exhale lower and lift you and take you back to downward facing. 8 more. 7. 4, 6. 5. for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. So you arrive in a forward fold at the back of the mat. And just catch hold of opposite elbows there. Let everything hang heavy just for a moment. Sway through the feet. Release the arms. Start to roll up through standing. The arms circle up and overhead when you arrive. As you exhale, the arms drape alongside the body and interlace your hands behind your back. Feel the shoulder blades roll towards each other, and then try to move your fists away from your hips as we lift the chest up. Breathe in. And then bend at the knees to allow yourself to fold. Take the feet a little wider here. One more breath. And mindfully releasing your 2 hands. So to lift the chest up halfway as you breathe in. Then walk your hands to the top. Find downward facing dog. When you get there, let your right leg rise up and back behind you using your inhale. With the exhale, pull the right knee to chest as you rise high on the left toes. Like to step the right foot gently between the hands. Keep the back heel lifting. Reach the arms up and overhead. Find your crescent lunge. You can either have the palms separate or palms together. Tuck the tailbone, let the back knee soften a little bit, and then drive your front thigh down. Feeling the chest rise. So you take a breath. And let your back knee soften down onto the mat. Send your hips back enough so that you could straighten your right leg. Use the fingertips to lift the chest. Breathe in. Exhale, elbows bend. And you let your head drop. And gently lift your chest. Ground the hands down underneath your shoulders. Use the fingertips. And we'll see if we can let the right leg just lift and levitate off the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Bend the knee. Take the right leg back to meet the left. Walk your right hand slightly in front of your right shoulder. Extend your left leg back behind you. So you're working to keep everything running down the center of the mat from right hand, right knee, right foot to left foot. Then you push through this right hand to stabilize. Let your left arm reach up and overhead. You want to challenge your drishti, maybe look up. If there's more space and more balance, let the back leg rise off the mat. Look down, try to create that straight line all the way to the left heel. From here, we're going to bend the left knee to see if we could reach back with the fingertips and tap the ankle. Nice one. And on the inhale, extend the leg long, reach the arm up. Exhale, squeeze the heel in, reach back and tap. One more time, inhale. Exhale, you squeeze. Maybe you can catch hold of the outside of the ankle and then kick the shin away from you to bow open the front of the body. Think about the heel moving back behind you. Last breath. Mindfully release. Come through to hands and knees. We're going to set the forearms down for dolphin pose. Elbows under shoulders. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, and walk the feet towards you. Make sure the muscles of the arms are flexing and push away from the floor so your head is clear of the mat. maybe the feet. You can walk a little closer. You lift up high onto your toes. And be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1. Feet walk back as the chest broadens forwards. Come towards your forearm plank. And again, we'll be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1. Soften your thighs down, untuck the toes. The chest rise here for sphinx pose. Nice one. A little different. I'm going to reach the right arm out in front, fingertips pressed down. The left arm's going to reach down alongside the body, fingertips pressed down. And I want you to drive down through the tops of the feet so the knees rise off the mat. Tailbone lengthens down towards the heels. We're going to start by lifting our legs first. 2 big toes touch. And again, a little different, but stick with me. We're going to reach both arms up and off the mat. Like the knuckles, we're trying to lift towards the ceiling. So you're feeling the back of that right shoulder and the right lat start to activate. You're feeling the right shoulder muscles, lateral, and the anterior or the front of the shoulder work on that right arm there. Nice work. Now look forwards, spin the right palm up, then squeeze the left heel in towards the bum. If you can tap the ankle, catch hold, and kick the shin away from you to let everything rise high off the mat. I'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Extend both legs long, ground hands down underneath the shoulders. And press down through the feet, roll the shoulder blades up and back, lift for cobra pose. Nice big cobra, feel the legs work here. Take a breath. Exhale, you drop the head, tuck the toes, and we press up and back to downward facing. Take an inhale. Let it out. And left leg rises, up and back behind you. As you bend the right knee, squeeze the left heel into bum, lift high on the right toes, step the left foot towards the top of the mat. Come towards your crescent lunge with the back knee rising, the back knee bending to allow tailbone to tuck under. Drive the left thigh, lift up through the chest. Take a breath. You soften the back knee down. Use the fingertips, send the hips back, lengthen through the left leg. Come towards your half split variation. Take an inhale. At the exhale, fold you forwards. As your hands walk back towards you, fingertips press down, nice straight line from shoulders down towards the fingers. You flex that left foot, see if you could levitate to a 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Left knee comes back to meet the right. Walk the left hand a little further out in front of the shoulder, extend the right leg back behind you. Again, working that straight line of all your limbs down the center of the mat as the right arm rises. So definitely a balance exercise, also definitely a core body exercise as well. So make sure you're using those exhales to feel the ribs draw in. Maybe that back right leg lifts off the mat. You look down, create that straight line, really stamp the heel away from you. And then if you can, bend the knee, see if the fingertips can tap the ankle. Then extend back and rise. Inhale. Exhale, bend in, tap. One more time. This time catch hold if it's available. If not, just extend the leg back out. Bow happens behind you, so kick the heel away from you. Feel that expanse, feel that opening. One last breath. And gently coming back and meeting on hands and knees. That one's always super tricky. Coming down towards dolphin pose number 2. Different hand mudra this time. Place the palms together. Make sure those arms are active as you push away from the floor. Toes tuck. Walk, walk, walk. And those feet in nice and close. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Come back, forearm plank, chest moves forward, heels press back. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set yourself down for Sphinx pose. Still feeling the chest rise. And again, we know it's a little different. We know it's a little bit funky, but left arm reaches out in front of you. Right arm reaches down alongside the body. You're on the fingertips of both hands to start with, so we can feel our feet first. Drive the feet down, lift the knees, lengthen the tailbone, and then float your legs first. And then the hands, knuckles lift up towards the ceiling. Feeling the hands split away from one another to feel different parts of the arms and shoulders start to activate. And then look forward, left palm lifts up to the ceiling. You squeeze the right heel in. If you can tap, catch hold, and kick away from you. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Legs extend back, hands under the shoulders, roll the shoulder blades back. Pull through Bhujangasana and then lift your thighs off the mat. Straighten your arms for upward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, drop the knees, send your hips back towards your heels. Find Balasana, child's pose. Reaching the arms out in front of you. Just let the back of your hands rest onto the mat. The elbows soften down. The fingers naturally curl in. Nice way. And then before we come down to rest, what we're going to do is a little plank series. And I really want you to bring your arms with you on this one. This is going to be not only a physical challenge, but a mental challenge as well. So set the hands down underneath the shoulders. We'll come to a good old-fashioned plank. And we're just going to be here. No cueing. Just breathe. See, when the cueing stops, the brain has less to focus on, less to distract. So it's up to you to dig deep and allow yourself to be here. Give yourself that positive reinforcement. Tell yourself that you can be here. And let your breath be calm and stable. Last breath. And roll off on the outside edge of the right foot. Left foot stacks on top. Reach the left arm up and overhead. Side plank, right side. The hips rise. Reach the top arm forwards. Try not to let your top hip roll back behind you. Keep the hips level. Think Tadasana. Last breath. Left hand grounds, roll on the outside edge of the left foot, right foot stacks on top. Right arm rises. Side plank, left side. Top arm forwards. Last breath. Come back through center. If you are still with me, 10 push-ups. Use the knees if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold your plank. Arms are stable. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Soften the knees down. Sit the hips back on top of the heels and interlace your hands behind the back. Let the fists move away from the hips if they can. Let the chest be broad. One last breath. Nice. We're going to come down on to the belly to take a chest stretch. Now, you often see this chest stretch done with the arm in external rotation. Though if we flip the arm the other way to find internal rotation, it allows more of a stretch through the shoulder as opposed to the chest. We're going to start with the right arm. So find that internal rotation, still chasing that. Left arm's at 90 degrees, internal rotation. Right fingertips press down, right leg lifts up and over. Gently come back through center. Reach both arms back behind you, fingertips press down. Squeeze both heels into bottom, and then reach back. If you can tap the ankles, catch hold, and kick the shins away from you to lift the chest. Really wrap your bicep muscles down towards the floor and kick the shins away from you to stretch out through the bicep muscles. Take one last breath. Gently. Push up. Knees drop down. You cross the ankles and sit onto your bottom. Nice work. Have the feet grounding in front of you, hands back behind you, with the fingers pointing out to either side of the room. Press down to lift up. Last breath. Nice work. And finish today's practice in a seat. Any seat that is comfortable for you. Letting the backs of your hands rest on your knees or your thighs. Lift the shoulders up towards the ears, breathe in. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. Inhale, they lift up. Exhale, they squeeze back and descend. Last time. And then you just sit. And let the effort of the practice start to dissipate. You feel all the sensations through the chest, the arms, the shoulders. Be proud of yourself for putting in the work. practice to come back to, a practice to revisit. An opportunity to find your own strength. From me to you with thanks. Peace.